there, thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to show you a couple of tricks with the Thoughts and Prayers stamp set using markers and ink pads. To start off with for our card, I'm going to use the new eyelet border punch. And one of the tricks to using this punch is trying to line up your start and stop so you have the same look at each end of your card. And so to do this, what I do is I just move my card around and I just slide it back and forth until I see the same thing at this end as I do at that end, to know then that it's going to be centered. Push, I move this over, I line up my scallop on the black guide so I don't see any black coming through, I only see silver, give it another punch, and repeat the same thing on the other side. So I've got the decorative feature of my card done, or the decorative layer. And now what I'm going to do, I'm using Baja Blue and Chocolate Chip. So the first stamp I'm going to use is actually the floral and leaf pattern here. And what I want is for the flowers to be Bashful Blue and the rest of it to be Chocolate Chip. So what I'm going to do is, using my Baja Breeze ink pad, I'm actually going to ink up the stamp. So I've done that. And now I'm going to take my chocolate chip marker, and because it's darker I'm not too worried about it. And I'm just going to then re-go over all of my stems with the chocolate chip marker. And the reason I'm doing this is because you can't get the Baja Breeze in the marker, or I would just color the whole stamp set with markers. But because the Baja Breeze is an in color, I can only ink it up with the ink pad. And so I'm just going to keep coloring it over like this. And now when I stamp, I'm not going to get a totally crisp chocolate chip, but it's certainly going to be kind of two-toned, and it's going to give a neat little effect. Okay, I'm just about done here. Whoop. And my last one. Perfect. And now because the ink has probably started to dry a little bit, I'll just give it a little huff. And I've got my piece of paper, my cardstock here. So I just huffed on the stamp, and now I'm going to stamp this on my piece of Whisper White cardstock. Ooh, very pretty. I'm excited with that. And now I'm going to stamp my greeting down here in the Baja Breeze, and I'm just going to, I'll be back to show you how to assemble the layers. So my layers are all now assembled. You can see here that I stamped the greeting in the Baja Breeze, sharing in your sorrow. So, and here's the scalloped edge. I just tied a piece of the Whisper White taffeta around the card front, and I used the new Designer Series paper that's thick like cardstock. And again, just very simple, very clean colors. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's card. Thanks so much for joining me.